If you've been in Australia for the last few years, you've definitely seen it. I mean, it's undeniable, this huge shift to online shopping.
Oh, absolutely.
And right there, front and center,
Mhm.
Amazon. It's just completely changed how we buy, well, pretty much everything, hasn't it?
It really has. Books, blenders, you name it.
Exactly. But here's a thought I wanted to sort of plant today.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered flipping that? Going from buying on Amazon to actually selling on there?
Ah, making the leap.
Yeah. So today, we're doing a deep dive into exactly that. How to start an Amazon business in Australia. Our mission, really, is to cut through all the noise.
There's a lot of it out there.
There is. We want to pull out the absolute must-knows from, a typical beginner's guide and give you a clear, actionable roadmap.
Makes sense.
Whether you're just dreaming of a little side hustle, maybe a full-time income, or even thinking bigger, like building a proper scalable e-commerce brand.
Yeah.
We think this will help.
And that's exactly the aim here. This deep dive, it's really designed for anyone, for you listening now. It doesn't matter what your technical background is.
Right.
Our goal isn't to drown you in endless technical details. It's about unlocking those aha moments pretty quickly.
Yeah, getting the core concepts.
Exactly. Giving you a solid grasp of what it genuinely takes to launch on Amazon without that feeling of information overload.
Okay, let's unpack this then. The very first fork in the road. Maybe the most fundamental choice you'll make as a new Amazon seller. It's figuring out how your products are actually going to get from, well, you to the customer's front door.
Right. And that decision, it really boils down to two main models. First up, you've got FBA.
Fulfillment by Amazon.
That's the one. With FBA, basically, you ship your stock to Amazon's warehouse. They handle the storage, the packing, the shipping.
Customer service, too.
Yep. Customer service, even returns. It's hugely popular, especially for beginners.
I can see why.
Oh, yeah, because of that convenience and, importantly, the scalability it offers. You're essentially outsourcing your entire logistics operation.
Okay. And the other option?
The other one is FBM, Fulfillment by Merchant. So here, you list your product on Amazon, same as FBA, but everything after the click. That's on you.
Packing, shipping, dealing with queries.
All of it. Packing the box, arranging the courier, handling customer service issues yourself.
So FBA sounds like it takes a lot off your plate.
It really does. What's fascinating, I think, is how FBA just lifts those massive logistical headaches away. It frees you up, especially as a beginner, to focus on other vital parts of the business.
Like finding the right product.
Exactly. Finding products, marketing, understanding the platform itself, rather than, wrestling with postage labels and warehouse space. It shifts your focus.
Okay, FBA definitely sounds like the path of least resistance for someone starting out.
For many, yes.
So, say you've committed to that model. What's the absolute first practical step? Getting that official seller account going on sell.amazon.com.au. What do you need ready?
Right. Setting up the account, that's your official entry ticket. And yeah, you need a few key things lined up.
Good.
You absolutely must have an ABN, your Australian business number. That's non-negotiable.
Got it, ABN.
Then a bank account. And ideally, one that can handle international transfers, especially if you think you might source products from overseas later on.
Good tip.
You'll also need a credit card.
Huh.
Amazon uses this for identity checks and for charging their fees. And finally, some valid ID, driver's license, or passport usually does the trick.
Standard stuff, mostly.
Pretty standard. Now, when you sign up, they'll likely offer you a choice of selling plans. If you're serious, really treating this as a business.
Which you should.
Which you absolutely should, yeah. Then I strongly recommend the professional selling plan. It's currently, $49.95 a month? But the key thing is, it unlocks really important features. And your per item selling fees are lower than the individual plan if you sell more than a handful of items.
So it pays for itself relatively quickly if you're selling.
Exactly. That monthly fee, look, it's not just a cost. It's almost Amazon's way of asking, are you building a hobby here or a proper business?
Interesting way to put it.
It really signals your intent both to Amazon and, maybe more importantly, to yourself. It prompts that commitment from day one.
That fee definitely sorts the dabblers from the dedicated, I suppose.
It can do, yeah.
And that commitment you mentioned, treating it like a real business, that flows straight into what almost every experienced seller says is the absolute make or break part.
Let me guess. Product research.
You got it. Product research. They all say you just cannot afford to skip this or skimp on it.
They're 100% right. Choosing the right product. That's where businesses sink or swim on Amazon. It's fundamental.
So what makes a good product for Amazon Australia specifically?
Okay, good question. For Australia, you generally want something lightweight and easy to ship. Your shipping costs can eat your margins alive otherwise.
Right, the tyranny of distance.
Exactly. Aim for products typically priced somewhere between, say, $25 and $100. That range often hits a sweet spot for decent profit margins without being like a huge purchase decision for the customer.
Makes sense.
And crucially, this is the big one. Find something that's definitely in demand, people are searching for it, but where the competition is low to moderate.
Okay, low competition sounds good, but how do you find that?
Well, here's a nuance. Don't just look for zero competition. Sometimes the gold is finding a niche where the existing sellers are doing a frankly terrible job.
Like bad photos or descriptions.
Precisely. Bad photos, weak bullet points, poor customer reviews. If you see that, even if there is some competition, it means you can potentially come in and do it much better and grab market share fairly quickly.
So look for opportunity within the competition.
Yes. Also, try to avoid anything super seasonal unless you're prepared for that roller coaster. You know, Christmas-only items or things that only sell for a few weeks a year. Aim for consistent demand if possible.
Got it. Consistent sellers.
And look, to really nail this research, you pretty much need to use specific tools. Things like Jungle Scout, Helium 10, AMZ Scout. They're kind of essential now.
Why is that? What do they actually do?
They give you the data behind the listings, real-time sales volume estimates, revenue projections, competition levels. It stops you guessing.
So it's about taking the guesswork out.
Entirely. It's about making data-driven decisions to minimize your risk before you invest, potentially thousands of dollars in inventory.
That sounds incredibly valuable. And I heard a little practical tip, too. Something about using incognito mode.
Oh, yeah, that's a great free starting point. Open Amazon.com.au in an incognito or private browser window.
Why incognito?
So Amazon doesn't tailor the results based on your past searches or purchases. You get a cleaner view.
Yep.
Then just start typing in broad search terms.
Like kitchen gadget or yoga mat.
Exactly. See what Amazon auto-suggests that tells you what people are actively searching for. Then click through, look at the best sellers in those categories. It gives you a real-time pulse.
Like a peek into Amazon's brain?
Kind of. It shows you what's currently popular. But even with all these tools and tricks, let's be honest, finding that perfect product, it can feel a bit like dating.
Huh, how so?
Well, lots of searching, maybe some near misses, some definitely bad matches, but eventually you hope to find the one.
Okay, so once you've swiped right on a product, you've found the one, you know what you want to sell. The next big hurdle is, how do you actually get your hands on it? Sourcing.
Absolutely. The what is decided, now for the how, and there are really three main ways people source products.
Okay.
A lot of sellers, probably the majority doing private label, look towards Alibaba.com. That's the big marketplace for sourcing directly from usually Chinese manufacturers.
Right, for getting things made with your own brand.
Exactly. Custom branding, packaging, the whole lot. Alibaba offers just immense variety and generally very competitive pricing.
What are the other options?
Well, you could work with local Australian suppliers. The benefits there are often faster shipping times, potentially easier communication, maybe simpler quality control.
And supporting local, of course.
And supporting local, yes. Then the third option, which is generally less ideal for building a long-term scalable brand, is wholesale or retail arbitrage.
What's that involve?
That's basically buying existing branded products, maybe clearance stock from retailers or from wholesalers at a discount, and then just reselling them on Amazon for a profit.
So, like finding deals at Kmart and flipping them?
Sort of, yeah. That's the retail arbitrage side. It can be a cheap way to start, to learn the ropes maybe, but finding consistent supply at the right price can be a real challenge, not really a brand building strategy.
Makes sense. So if you go the overseas route, say Alibaba, what are the big things to watch out for?
Okay, crucial points for overseas sourcing. First, always negotiate for and order samples before you commit to a bulk order. Always.
See the quality firsthand.
You have to. Photos can be deceiving. You need to touch it, test it. Second, really get your head around import duties and GST for bringing goods into Australia. These costs add up and need to be factored into your pricing.
The hidden costs.
They can be if you're not prepared. And third, you might need to use freight forwarders.
What do they do?
Think of them as your international shipping managers. If your supplier doesn't handle all the shipping complexity, or if you want more control or better rates, a freight forwarder coordinates everything: pickup, shipping, customs clearance, delivery to you, or even directly to Amazon's warehouse.
They handle the logistics headache.
They can, yeah. It's amazing, really. You have this global supply chain potentially at your fingertips. But managing it effectively, that's a skill in itself.
Okay, so product chosen, sourcing method figured out, maybe you've even got samples approved. Now you need to actually sell it. Time to build that virtual storefront, the Amazon product listing.
Exactly. Your listing is your salesperson on Amazon. It works 24/7. And an effective one. It needs several key parts working together.
Break it down for us.
All right. Your product title needs to be clear, concise, but absolutely packed with your main keywords. That's how people find you in search.
Keywords are key.
Crucial. Then your bullet points. These are prime real estate right below the price. Use them to hammer home the key features and benefits. Focus on benefits, what's in it for the customer. Make them easy to scan.
Not just a list of specs.
No, translate specs into benefits. Then you have the product description. This is where you can expand a bit more, maybe use some storytelling, connect emotionally, handle objections.
Okay, what about pictures?
Images are paramount. Honestly, this is where so many beginners fall down. You need professional, high-resolution photos, multiple angles, lifestyle shots showing the product in use, and definitely include infographics.
Infographics, like images with text overlays.
Yeah, highlighting key features visually, explaining benefits quickly. They work really well. People scan images.
Good point. Anything else for the listing?
Yes, don't forget the back-end keywords. In your Seller Central dashboard, there's a section for keywords that customers don't see, but Amazon's algorithm uses them. Fill that section out strategically.
For discoverability.
Exactly. And of course, make sure you list in the correct category and, it should go without saying, comply strictly with all of Amazon's selling policies. They have rules for a reason.
Lots to get right there.
It is. And the real challenge, the thing that separates good from great, is making your listing stand out. How do you make it compelling in what's often a very crowded space? That's the art.
That's a great point. You see so many listings that just look bland.
Generic, yeah. Doesn't inspire confidence.
Okay, so listing crafted, looking sharp. Now the physical side again. Getting those products you sourced into Amazon's actual fulfillment centers, ready for FBA. How does that process work for someone new?
Right, the logistics of getting stock to Amazon. First, inside your Seller Central account, you'll create a shipping plan.
What does that involve?
It basically tells Amazon what products you're sending, how many units, and where they're coming from. It generates the labels and tells you which specific Amazon warehouse or warehouses to ship to.
Okay.
Next, labeling. Every single item needs an FNSKU barcode. This is Amazon's unique identifier for your product within their system. It links the physical item back to your seller account.
So they know it's yours when it sells.
Precisely. You print these labels or have someone else do it and stick them on each unit, often covering any existing manufacturer barcode.
Then ship it.
Then you ship. You can often use Amazon partnered carriers. They usually offer discounted rates and streamline the booking process right within Seller Central. Or you can use your own preferred courier.
And track it, presumably.
Oh, yeah. You track the shipment, and then you wait for Amazon to receive it, scan it, and check your inventory into their system so it becomes available for sale.
That sounds potentially fiddly, especially the labeling, if you've got hundreds of units coming from overseas.
It can be. And that's why many sellers, especially beginners sourcing from China, for example, use prep centers.
Prep centers, what are they?
They're third-party companies, specialists. You can ship your bulk order from your supplier directly to a prep center, either one in Australia or sometimes even one located near your supplier in China.
And what do they do?
They'll inspect your goods, count them, apply the FNSKU labels, maybe bundle items if needed, package everything according to Amazon's very specific requirements, and then forward it all to the Amazon FBA warehouse for you.
Ah, so they handle that whole fiddly bit professionally.
Exactly. It takes a huge potential headache off your shoulders, ensures it's done right, and gets your products ready for sale much faster. It really makes that FBA process smoother and more hands-off for you.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So product is sourced, listing is live, inventory is checked in at the FBA warehouse. You're officially open for business.
The exciting part.
But now what? You can't just sit back and wait, right?
Yeah.
How do you actually drive traffic, get those crucial first sales? This feels like the moment of truth.
It absolutely is. Launch phase. And no, you can't just list it and hope for the best. Promotion is key.
What kind of promotion works best on Amazon?
One of the most direct and powerful tools is Amazon PPC pay-per-click advertising.
Like Google Ads, but inside Amazon.
Pretty much. You bid on keywords, and your product ad appears in the search results, often right at the top or alongside competitors. You pay when someone clicks. It's essential for visibility, especially early on.
Okay, PPC. What else?
For that initial launch phase, say the first few weeks, boosting your sales velocity is critical. So consider running a discount launch. Offer significant coupon codes, maybe even limited time giveaways.
To get the ball rolling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get those first sales moving, which helps your product start ranking organically. Then, as sales happen, you need reviews. Actively use Amazon's built-in Request a Review button in Seller Central for eligible orders.
Gently nudging customers for feedback.
Yes. Don't be annoying, but do use the official channel. And don't forget about driving external traffic.
Traffic from outside Amazon.
Yeah. Think social media campaigns, maybe working with relevant influencers, YouTube reviews linking back to your product. Driving external visitors can give you a real edge.
So it's a multi-pronged attack.
It really is. In that crucial first month, maybe two, your absolute focus needs to be on gaining momentum sales velocity and gathering those initial reviews.
Why are they so critical early on?
Because those early efforts don't just get you immediate sales, they signal to Amazon's algorithm that your product is relevant and popular. That helps you rank higher organically over time, reducing your reliance on paid ads. It's like pushing a snowball down a hill.
Building that momentum. I like that analogy. Okay, so you've launched, you're promoting, sales are coming in, reviews are building. It's actually working.
The best feeling.
So what does this mean long term? After the initial launch buzz fades, what's the ongoing reality of managing and hopefully growing this Amazon business?
Right. The shift from launch to ongoing management and scaling, the work definitely doesn't stop. You need to constantly monitor your profit margins.
Keep an eye on the bottom line.
Always. Use tools, maybe like Sellerboard or Helium 10's profit trackers, to know your actual profitability after all fees, ad spend, cost of goods. It's easy to mistake revenue for profit.
Good point. What else?
Optimizing your advertising campaigns becomes an ongoing task. You're constantly tweaking bids, keywords, trying to reduce your advertising cost of sale, ACOS, while maintaining or increasing sales volume.
Fine-tuning the engine.
That's a good way to put it. And as your first product gets established and hopefully becomes somewhat stable, you should already be thinking about your next product.
Expanding the range.
Yes, building out a brand. Maybe finding complementary products in the same niche. One product is a job, multiple products start to look like a real business, a brand.
And thinking beyond Amazon itself.
Smart sellers do consider eventually building your own Shopify store, developing a social media presence, an email list, creating assets you own and control outside of Amazon's playground. Diversification is wise long term.
So it becomes more than just an Amazon business.
Potentially, yes. But look, once you do get a winning product, or a few, achieving consistent sales on Amazon, it really can become a reliable income source, sometimes surprisingly passive once established. And that really pushes you to think, what's the bigger vision here? Are you just selling a product, or are you consciously building a sustainable, growing brand?
That's $1 million question, isn't it? Building a real brand. So, okay, as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the absolute core message you want people listening to take away today?
For me, I keep coming back to, don't get stuck in analysis paralysis.
Yeah, don't overthink it so much you never actually start.
Right. But also don't ever think about skipping that vital product research step.
Absolutely critical.
And maybe most importantly, from day one, treat this like a proper business. Not a lottery ticket, not a get-rich-quick thing.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Treat it seriously. And you know, the most successful ventures I've seen, they often don't start because someone had perfect, absolutely complete information.
Yeah. No. They start because someone took decisive action based on solid initial research. And then, this is the key, they had the ability to launch, to learn from what happened, good and bad, and then to iterate.
Learn and adapt.
Exactly. To improve, adapt, tweak, refine their approach based on real-world feedback and data. That ability to launch, learn, and iterate, that's the real superpower in online business.
That's powerful.
So maybe a final thought for you listening right now to sort of mull over. What's one small, genuinely actionable step you could take today, not tomorrow, today, to begin your own deeper dive into this opportunity?
Could be anything small.
Could be super small. Maybe it really is just opening that incognito window and doing 15 minutes of random product searching on Amazon.
Yeah.
Maybe it's looking up how to register for an ABN if you don't have one. Just one tiny step. Because that journey of 1,000 miles, it always starts with one step, right?
A well-researched step, hopefully, after listening to this.
Hopefully a well-researched first step.